just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
We are live on WoodwardSports.com every day, Monday through Friday, from 5 to 7. We got Young Sus in the TV booth, JB Smooth with the ones and twos, and we are joined once again by the legend, Killer.
Flannel Killer.
Hey, had so much fun yesterday, I had to do it again, obviously. And I would like to actually open myself up to lose the Pick'em Challenge because I think it's fair. I think it's kind of fun. So let's have a great show, boys.
Let's do it. Let's run it. So does that mean you're coming on next Tuesday then?
If I lose, it's a guarantee.
Deal. All right, then. Let's get it going, guys. Last night was Thursday Night Football.
It was.
I'm not going to lie. Typically, I think Thursday night games are whack. This year,
They've been popping.
kind of flame.
Jeff Bezos probably shot out some serious chat.
Oh, for sure.
He said, "Hey, Raj, we're not getting no, Panthers, Falcons. We got the big boys on Thursday. It's where the big boys come out to play." So,
100%.
And money talks, man. I'm sure Jeff Bezos lined Roger Goodell's pockets pretty nice to have these fire games.
He's the richest man in the world,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Eat the rich.
Richest eat the rich. Oh, yeah, when did that start, by the way?
I mean, in like the 17th century.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Said eat the rich?
Yes.
Did they actually do it?
Yes.
2 days in a row, we're just talking about cannibalism. That's crazy. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, hold on. What country was this in?
Like medieval times, like,
Oh, okay. Makes a
I
little
think
bit more
French
sense.
Revolution is when it really got like popping.
Yeah, yeah.
French Revolution is nuts, dude.
They beheaded the queen.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Off with their head!
They beheaded a lot of monarchs and aristocrats.
I'll have to take a dive into that tonight.
Oh, dude, you should.
They should make a movie.
One of my classes, medieval history, we did like a whole section on the French Revolution. It's pretty nuts.
We were supposed to go to the Renaissance Festival and we didn't.
Yeah.
We
I've
dressed
never
up
been to the
everything.
Renaissance Festival.
Me either. I want to go. I want to dress up and everything.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
It would have been fun. I have so many questions about that time. I wish I had a time machine. But nonetheless, speaking of time machine, speaking of history, Tua Tagovailoa got hit with the Men in Black FBI memory eraser last night. I wasn't gonna laugh, and you started laughing,
Dude,
bro.
you made a joke about it.
It's not a joke.
It's tough. It's tough to watch. Being a person who's been in that situation before, being a person who's been taken off the field by ambulance because of a concussion, like it's scary. I remember I was concussed, and so our strategy was chop blocking that week, like quick passes. We were doing quick passes, so offensive line was chop blocking.
Yeah.
And so every time I was chop blocking, defensive line was just putting his knee into my helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Just drove it in the dirt. And then one time, it was on a punt. I was running down the field. Dude hit me from behind, and I fell into the ref, and the ref shrugged me off, and I hit my head off the bench.
God.
And I get up, and we're going, and we're in our halftime stuff behind. The bus would park against this wall, and we'd all go behind the bus during halftime, and our coach would be talking to us and stuff. And I was I was literally...
Wait, convulsing?
Literally, yeah, shaking.
Oh,
I
damn.
couldn't control myself. And
You were conscious? You remember this?
Yeah. And Darius was like, "You all right, bro?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm going back out there." And he was like, "No, you're not." And so they take me to the sideline. They get me checked out. And obviously, they diagnosed me with concussion, and they call the ambulance. And the EMS teacher and the athletic trainer are cutting my shoulder pads off because they didn't want me to lift my arms up or do anything like that. So they cut my shoulder pads off. And my mom and my sister are crying in my face. They're like, "No, it's gonna be all right."
You're like, "It's okay, guys."
I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's no big deal." But yeah, I went to the hospital. I went to Beaumont downtown and stayed there overnight. It was the homecoming game too. Missed homecoming, missed the party afterwards. Stayed in the hospital overnight. It's tough, man. It's a scary situation because, I've had quite a few concussions in my life, and some of them are a lot worse than others. But having two in that rapid of succession, 2 in 4 days, that's how people die. Like, literally, that's how people die. So it's pretty scary. But he's okay. Everything's good.
Yeah.
He threw up the set, and, and they took him off. So I can make jokes like this because it's happened to me before, all right? I said that last night in my group because all my friends joke that I have mashed potato brains because I've had like 12 concussions in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be, wheelchair bound by 50 and stuff
Wheelchair
like that.
spinny.
Yeah, I'm going to be, so...
45 sitting on 25 rims.
From one mashed potato brain to another.
Spin more rims.
I hope you're all right, man. I hope everything's going good. It's tough. It was tough to watch, man. It was pretty scary.
You watch MMA.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew he was going to be all right. I get, like...
I knew he was going to be all right. But just like I said, having 2 serious concussions like that within 4 days of each other.
Yeah.
That's how you can get serious brain damage.
Well, that is, like, the other part of it, too, is, like, we were told he had a back injury, so, like...
That was cap.
Yeah. Because I watched him, obviously, like, the hit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, him falling back out. Not once did he grab his back.
Yeah, no, he stood up, grabbed his helmet, he's going like this. Yeah, and then he falls over.
Shaking like a dog.
Twice. You're going to tell me that's a back injury? Like, that was not a back injury.
Yeah, no. Shook his head and everything. Yeah. But I knew he was going to be straight, man. Like, I kept posting on Twitter. I was getting killed because I made the comment similar to yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, mob life.
Don't upset.
Yeah. Which, I guess, this isn't sensitive. But I knew he was going to be okay, man. Like, I'm an MMA fan. It's a different breed of, like, fandom, I guess, because, like you said, the second impact syndrome, I guess, like what people are going after me for. But it's like, you see guys get rocked in boxing matches, like UFC matches in the first round, come back out the second round. At the end of the day, get, you know what I'm saying, like, slept. Like, it's... But you've seen these guys bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in the gym. You've had it happen to you. I've seen it to my friend Mike M. Whitty, owner of Shank Golf Company. Hit him too. You see, he got knocked out. He's our punter. Clean.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, it's bad. It's bad sometimes. It is scary. But like different, it's concussions are weird because like I said, I was convulsing. I was shaking. I couldn't stop shaking at the time.
Yeah.
But then a day later, the worst part of it was being up in the hospital all night. They won't let you fall asleep. So every 30 minutes, you got to wait a nurse that walks in your room.
At least it's
Hey, sprays you with a water bottle. He's like, get up, don't fall asleep.
Was it at least a hot one?
No, it wasn't. But when I got to the hospital, they gave me a CAT scan, and it said I had a severe concussion and brain swelling.
Damn.
I'm like, I was.
Damn.
I got knocked around, bro. It was tough. And then I was ready to go the next week, but my coach didn't let me play.
Good. Thank God he didn't.
Yeah.
It's wild how, like, times, because that's not even that long ago, and, like, times
But,
changed.
I mean, it's a little
already.
different for
high school
compared to
pros.
And, like, my high school coach cared a lot about me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't making them millions of dollars.
I was going to say, there's that. I almost feel like, though, like, I don't know that Miami be, like, that daring enough to do that just because of, like, the whole situation they had last year with Coach Flores. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're already under, like, a magnifying glass. They already got suspended and a couple draft picks taken away. So, like, plus, isn't there, like, a third-party doctor that does the concussion stuff, too?
Yeah, he got okayed by the team physician and by a third-party neurologist, is what they said, after last week to play this week. So, I've seen all the memes of, like, that porno actor, and he's like, this is the doctor that okayed Tua. It's like the bald guy, and
Dr.
the doctors go,
Yeah. What up, though, Sus?
I was just gonna say earlier, the whole back injury thing was weird to me because like we saw it was concussion right away, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he might not play, back injury. I was like, wait, no, that's definitely a head injury.
It was not a back injury. It was not an ankle injury.
Yeah,
like I said, the dude smacked his head off the ground, got up. First thing he did was go like this, and then you see him shaking his head a couple times, and then he almost falls over. Like, I don't care who tries to convince me that was a back injury. It was not. He was concussed.
Crazy, though, because he passed all the concussion tests to go back into the game.
Like, they probably go in the tent, and they're like,
good.
You okay? He's like, yeah. They're like, all right, you're good. Send him out. Because how many legitimate concussion testings can they do inside of that tiny blue tent on the side of a field?
I was talking to Tully and a couple of those guys, too, at the charity weekend with Joik, whatever. Like, they say when they take the concussion tests, like initially, I'm saying before the season, like you're supposed to, if you want to go back in the game, you're supposed to answer all those questions like wrong. That way, when you take your actual concussion test, what I'm saying, you're like equal to like what you
it's like taking your ID picture drunk.
Wicked smart. Wicked smart.
10 steps ahead of them. But that was pretty wild. That was one of the more violent concussions you'll see in the NFL. It was like the Javid Best one where they just, lock up.
Yeah.
Like that's always, But like you said, like we are MMA fans. We see, dudes that every weekend we see a knockout worse than that.
Well, yeah. The Ben Askren one is the one I posted. You know what I'm saying? My man, like, would you rather take that tackle or get hit by that flying knee? I personally
I'd take the tackle for sure.
Yeah. I'm taking the tackle all day.
Especially because Jorge comes over top with two more.
And then he's mocking you. Yeah. 100%. Flannel Sam, you're a truther.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I mean, what's crazy about the Sunday game, the one previous to that, was I was told, and I've kind of been seeing that if there's even a suspicion of a head injury, you're out the rest of the game, no question about it. Probably not even playing next week. So seeing him on the field, getting tackled, smacking his head, having to be taken off by ambulance, it was tough to watch. And it's just one of those things where you wonder, how negligent was the Miami organization? Because there appears to be some level. It's just how negligent. Obviously, if you're Tua Tagovailoa, you're a competitor, you want to play. Even Spencer said with his experience, you might feel like you're ready to play in a few days or a week. But obviously, Tua shouldn't have been on the field because if you have 2 concussions in, 4 or 5 days, what did Spencer say? That's the type of stuff that you die from, and you don't want to hear terms like that when it comes to NFL football players. So just a really tough situation all around. It kind of the type of situation that almost dampens the enjoyment of the rest of the game because
that's all you're thinking about.
It sticks with you, man.
Yeah, for me, it didn't hit me too bad just because obviously I'm not a doctor and I wasn't there to like review or like see him up close on game. But in my head, I was like, he's all right. He got messed up.
Yeah, it's you definitely think it is the back-to-back thing.
Yes.
And like Sam said, when I had to sit out that game. I played left tackle.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because my boy Peanut, Uncle Paulie, he was quarterback, and he was getting lit up the next game because our backup was trash. And I felt bad. I was like, I should be out there protecting my dog's blind side. But no, it was, I'm glad they sat me out. I'm glad
Peanut.
I waited because, if I would have went back in there after a severe concussion like that.
Yeah, your brain was swelling.
Yeah.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah.
The tackle, did it look that violent to you guys? You felt it was kind of normal?
No, he slung him down. But
it's kind of normal, right? I can see that.
Yeah. Everybody was like, I can't believe you do that. Dude's doing his damn job.
Did you never watch like Sue in Detroit? Like, he used to ragdoll guys.
He slung him down, man. And Tua just so happened to, bounce his head off the ground. It's the turf is what it really is.
Yeah.
The AstroTurf or whatever the new turf is. I don't think it's AstroTurf anymore, but that stuff, somebody said, like, I saw an NFL player, like, they need to get rid of the turf, and it's like hitting concrete.
Yeah. So Braylon was saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, like, grass, like real grass, will have some give.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Unless it's cold out.
Yeah. The frozen tundra.
What up, Sus? Yes, Sus, you had your hand up?
I was just going to ask Spencer, do you know anything more about, like, the turf, like, what the difference is? Or anything like
it's
that?
Not,
I'm just curious.
There's no ground under it. There's no dirt under it. It's not. It's
tires. It's shredded tires.
It's shredded tires, and it's on top of like a hard playing surface. So it's not like you have to ground under it, and it's all the grass. Like you fall on the grass, it doesn't hurt, but if you fall on, blacktop, it's gonna be a little different.
100%.
Fair enough.
Hashtag clown sauce.
Whoa. Whoa. I can't. It sounds like
Tua
could use some.
No. The Lions need some help on the defense this week against the Seahawks for sure. Oh my God. And if you need help with your defense, all you have to do is call Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out
right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for
Boy got a big ol' head
and Novi. And right now, you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long. I don't even have one of those. All I have is the Draft Cocaine shirt, and I can't wear that. It's got Adam's face on it. So, if you want a free Woodward Sports t-shirt, all you got to do is go to Big Frog Novi, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. So go check them out in Novi or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com.
Hello.
I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Swoop the 1s and 2s, and the Legend Killer in the Maz chair. They're going at it on Amon-Ra and Edwards, I heard today.
They were.
Adam and Stick or Stick and Matt? Like, what we missed, JB?
Oh, you guys missed a lot.
I just
It
saw the
was just back and forth all day. Adam losing his voice, talking about the Lions, Dan Campbell on the hot seat. You got to just go back and check it out, man. It's crazy.
Dan Campbell on the hot seat. Who said Dan Campbell on the hot seat?
Well, this started out as a stick topic, but
okay.
Are the players that Brad Holmes bringing in putting Dan Campbell under pressure?
Sam, you kind of asked a question like that actually before the show.
Yeah, and honestly, it does. There is some added pressure because Brad Holmes has drafted so well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we all agree is a budding star. Penei Sewell, who is going to be an all-pro tackle. And then you get Aiden Hutchinson, who has shown some flashes. Even Aleem McNeil, Malcolm Rodriguez. Just by draft upgrades, the Lions should be a vastly improved team this year. By draft upgrades alone, and then, of course, the free agent acquisition of DJ Chark, what he's done with the salary cap. I mean, that's one of the reasons we all expected the Lions to be better is because they are a better team, not necessarily just because of Dan Campbell.
Yeah. I mean, I give coaching a little bit of credit, though.
Yeah, you give him a little bit of credit, and I also think some of the choices that Brad Holmes have made is kind of hurting Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
You look at the guys like Ife Melifonwu, who hasn't been out on the field as much. Obviously, we know about Levi Onwuzurike. You talk about Josh Pascal, who still hasn't been out there. Some of those picks kind of hampered Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Those were supposed to be big parts of this defense. Those are supposed to be guys that come in, make like your second-round picks haven't played yet. None of your second-round picks have played yet.
Levi played, but he didn't really limited in fashion.
None of your second-round picks have played to any good extent yet.
Yeah.
You know?
As a kid say, play.
Play. Yeah, you ain't play. You play a little bit, but you ain't play, big dog.
Yeah.
So, that hurts him as well.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, Brad Holmes is drafting so well. Why is the team still looking? Well, he's, when you're out 4 of your draft picks the past 2 years that are supposed to be difference makers, it hurts. It really does.
Yeah, you make a great point. Because I do want to credit the coaching for, honestly, a lot of this stuff. Because, yes, Brad Holmes made the choice to draft Amon-Ra St. Brown. But we really didn't see him emerge until Ben Johnson got his hands on him and started to sprinkle him more into the offense and feature him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had him that whole first half of the season under Anthony Lynn. It was we almost were like, oh, he wasn't what we thought he was going to be in camp.
Yeah, and that's
camp.
where you got to give Dan Campbell some credit because of his coordinating hires. Saying Anthony Lynn, goodbye. I'm going to put in Ben Johnson as my passing game coordinator. He succeeds at that, gets upgraded to offensive coordinator. And I think we still have faith in Aaron Glenn, although if he keeps giving up 30-plus points a game, that's going to waver a little bit. But for now, I still like where they're at with their offensive and defensive coordinators.
Yeah. And the reason why I went to you right away on that one, Sam, because, like, I didn't want to do it as a topic because, like, that's our boy. But you Malcolm Rodriguez, you came in the room in the back and you were like, is he the real deal, or are we just that bad at linebacker?
I mean, my question was more along the lines of Malcolm Rodriguez is clearly, to me, and I think to all of us, the best linebacker on the Detroit Lions this year.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing, or does it speak to the lack of talent and depth they have behind a Malcolm Rodriguez with like Alex Anzalone and Chris Board and Derek Barnes, who nobody is excited about? We can be happy for Malcolm Rodriguez, and he has certainly seized the moment, but should a rookie 6th-round draft pick, I don't care how effective you are, be your best linebacker almost instantly?
It does say something about, I think it's a little bit of both. It does say something about our depth and our talent at linebacker that he was given the opportunities he was, but it says a lot about him that he took those opportunities, seized it, got the most out of it, made that starting spot, and now while he's playing in the NFL against the other NFL players, he looks like he is the real deal. He looks like he is a good linebacker. He's making the right plays. Even you go back to, 3-4 years ago, he might be our best linebacker since Tulloch and Levy. Like what Tahir Whitehead was a guy that he was good. He was a flash in the pan for us for a little while, but outside of that, the way he's been diagnosing plays, the way he is in his spot doing his job, he's one of the best linebackers we've had in a long time, and that might be a hindrance to the team because of the talent level, but it's also props to him because it's not like this guy was a bum in college. This guy was all Big 12. This guy was, a guy who was a team captain. Like, he's making plays. He is a great defender on a great defense at Oklahoma State. So the things that made him fall that far were his height and his arm length. And so I think he has all the talent and all the skill in the world to be a top draft pick. If he was 6'2" and had 34-inch arms, he would have been a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm happy for him. I think he's showing everybody that he's outproducing already where he was drafted. So I like to look at him as like a 6th-round draft pick because his talent and what he did in college he'd be drafted much higher than that if he was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It's all measurement stuff. Yeah. One point I want to make though to like the Holmes outclassing Campbell is like I'd like to give this coaching staff a lot of credit and shout out to Jake Wagner in the Woodward Sports chat mentions there was some. I think it's SI or Forbes that does it. We're talking about like head coaching candidates, and in 2023 they had Ben Johnson up there, they had AG up there, Anthony Glenn. I don't know about Deuce, but I know Deuce wants to become a head coach. He's been vocal about that, and also Hank Fraley, and that's another guy too, Hank Fraley. You know what I'm saying? We've gone down with this offensive line numerous times now, and they've still been credited as being one of the best offensive lines in the league. In fact,
top 5 PFF rated.
Is that the PFF? Okay, yeah. I don't know if it was JB or someone sent that a couple days in the group chat, and 100% that they remain that, even losing Big V, even at times losing Frank Ragnow, and we still continue. This year, a perfect example of that. So Hank Fraley, I believe is a really good coach. Mm-hmm. I think AG. Okuda's rookie season could have been tossed up to him being a rookie, but we were legitimately concerned. He's had now 2 off seasons with these guys, both Aubrey Pleasant and AG, and now we're talking about possible lockdown, shutdown corner. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On a national level too, not just here locally, drumming it up. It's, they're talking about in Seattle, they're asking DK Metcalf the questions, and it's dope, man. I mean, it is dope. But I want to cut it Dan Campbell's coaching staff. I don't know about him per se, but at the same time, he's the one that tailored that coaching staff together. So we'll see, man. I don't want to say that Holmes is outclassing him. I think it's just very much a process, and it feels expedited, and we want results right away because of this year's schedule. But at the same time, when Dan Campbell first got here, he did tell us like 3 years. He did get a 6-year contract.
Yeah, you got to think of what he walked into. You know, he walked into a team that was completely broken because the old GM and head coach just ruined the culture, ruined the motivating factor, broke these guys down. A team that traded away all of their best players. A team who just traded the best quarterback in franchise history. And, you know, he walked into that, and he's brought it up to something to be somewhat respectable.
Yeah.
To be a team that people are scared of. To be a team people have to game plan for. And even though you have all these injuries, you've reversed the narrative inside the locker room of the players buying into you and what you're preaching, of the city buying into you and what you're preaching. Now, results need to come from that, obviously. We need to see wins, but he took, you know, a dog poop roster and turned it into something respectable, turned it into something that people can be like, yeah, I'm happy for this team. They go out there and they fight every day. So,
100%. Yeah, I just want to give I don't want to say he's on a hot seat. I know that, like, as an outsider, I want to see them produce faster because I just feel a certain way about his style of coaching. I say all the time on here, the rah-rah type of stuff. I feel like it fizzles out fast. So that's why I want to see the results right away so the players can stay bought in. But truthfully, nobody on this network, maybe outside of Madeline Miller, knows how those players truly feel about Dan Campbell on a day-to-day basis, how often like they're truly buying into him and his message. So far, that seems to be the case, and we can question like if the losses are testing that faith in him, but we won't truly know. You know what I'm saying? We don't. And maybe year 3 is when we put him on the hot seat, but I am just a little bit concerned that coaching style per se. The clock. My clock. Big old clock.
Big old clock.
JB, what you were there for, I guess, the E&E argument on that one and this one. Where you at with it?
I don't say he's on the hot seat. The seat is a little warm only because all these players that we see coming in, we want to see production. We want to see wins out there on the field.
Yeah.
And it's just hard for us to sit back here and watch every single week after week to be another loss, or another injury and another injury keep piling up. So it's like, yeah, we don't want to put so much pressure on them, but it's like we got to see some progression, some moving forward at some point in time.
Yeah, it's just like the only abuse I gave him from last week, it was just such an ugly incident, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was all majority him. Flannel Sam, I saw you pick your mic up real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Another in-game coaching blunder to like go along with some that he had last year. And that's the problem that we have with Dan Campbell. He has sort of the leadership stuff down. Although the rah-rah stuff and kind of the gimmicky stuff, it could fizzle out. The players seem to like to play for him. He has a good coaching staff behind him. But he can't keep costing the team wins with his bad decisions. I know you can't necessarily blame him alone for that 3rd and 1 when they were up 24-14. That could have been Ben Johnson, but if you're Dan Campbell, you got to be like, hell no, we're not calling that ish. So the buck always starts with him, and we'll just see. Time will tell, but I'll tell you what, and I think we will all in this room agree. If the Lions lose to the Seahawks, I think legitimate questions will need to start being asked. I think even people like Stick and Maz will be like, hey, yo, we can't, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, it's definitely, we all had that penciled in as a win. And if they lose, legitimate questions will definitely be raised. Legitimate questions will have to be asked. But somewhere you can go where there's no legitimate questions asked about how delicious their food is Big Boy. Because for a limited time, only all new burgers and loaded fries are back at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? They got the bacon blue. But how about upgrading those fries? They got the nacho fries. They got the chili cheese fries. They got my favorite, those baked potato fries. Those boys are fire. So make sure you go satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back with a Lions injury update.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Sounds like Dan Campbell could use some protection from himself at times. All right, and maybe he could give our guy Mark at Swiss Insurance a call. Because as you guys know, there's nothing better than a game that's rockin' tailgate. With a rocking tailgate. With all that fun comes responsibility too, though. Host Liquor Liability is the name, and it's important coverage when hosting a high school, college, or pro tailgate. Let our guy Mark at Swiss Insurance make sure you're protected so you can enjoy the big game.
Protection.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
We are live on WoodwardSports.com. I got my guy Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth with the ones and twos, Flannel Sam, the legend killer on the mask chair. I got one more point to make on the Dan Campbell stuff, and this goes back to the comment from Jake Wagner in the Woodward Sports chat. And I'm kind of obviously we've been concerned about losing these coordinators to head coaching jobs, as crazy as it sounds, because we are the 1-2 Detroit Lions coming off a 3-13 in one season. But we see the promise in these guys. The thing that concerns me most that I thought about, actually, I think it was this morning on the drive in, is that a lot of coaching staffs, like Sean McVay, an example, a lot of those offensive coordinators, offensive minds, tight end coaches, they all like stem from him, learn from him. You know what I'm saying? That the base of like their knowledge is a lot of stuff that like he taught them. With Dan Campbell, he's more like outsourcing that stuff from other trees. You know what I'm saying? We don't truly have our own tree where like if we lost, I guess an example, the Atlanta Falcons, when they had Kyle Shanahan, that dynamic offense. When we say lost Kyle Shanahan, that dynamic offense was gone. You know what I'm saying? There's no residue or anything left of it because Kyle Shanahan, it was his. Same thing with us here in Detroit. That's Ben Johnson's offense. You know what I'm saying? He tailored that. As much as I love Dan Campbell, like, come on. we know that's not him. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we lose a Ben Johnson, we lose that offense, that style, you know what I'm saying, that all that. That's the only concern. Like we don't have like that lineage yet, a coaching tree or whatever. I think it's been planted. And if Dan Campbell's not the guy, I mean, that's why I kind of hope. As crazy as it sounds, like Ben's, next man up mentality. Mm-hmm. But speaking of next man up mentality, Spinny, you had an injury update.
Yeah, you look at the injury report came out for this practice, and they had the players' game status out. Obviously, John Kaminsky out with the wrist. Jonah Jackson's still out with that finger. Austin Siebert is out with a shattered confidence. He's a right groin issue. DeAndre Swift out with his ankle and shoulder. DJ Chark and Josh Reynolds, both questionable. You got Chris Board, he practiced in full today. TJ Hawkinson practiced in full today. Frank Ragnow practiced in full today. But the big news, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God, was ruled as out for this game against the Seahawks. So we won't have our two most explosive weapons, our one potential Pro Bowler on the year in Amon-Ra St. Brown, a guy that was breaking records, that was going out there and doing things that nobody has ever done before in the history of the National Football League.
Yeah.
And he is out. Now, we talked about the matchups the past couple 2 days. We still said that we think the Lions on paper, even with Amon-Ra and DeAndre Swift out, are a better team than the Seahawks. But what does that mean for this Lions offense to not have Amon-Ra St. Brown out there?
There's a stat that we have. I want to say for another topic.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. I guess we could bring it up now because this kind of like relates to it. We have a tweet, actually, Sauce, if you can find the graphic on the offense. Both Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre Swift made up for 49.9% of the Detroit Lions rushing and receiving yards on the season.
Oof.
The rushing receiving yards that total us to be a top 3 offense in the league right now.
Yes.
Number 2 in scoring behind, was it the Bills or the Ravens? The Ravens.
Yeah.
We're missing both those guys.
That's not good.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But I still hold some confidence, man. I'm really not like tripping like that. Just simply based off everything we did. If it weren't for that article that come out last week from my guy Ted Wynn, I'd probably be a lot more concerned. But having read that, having seen defensive coordinators are actually struggling to like game plan and scheme against this team. Yes, those players like help that move along, but ultimately like That scheme's nasty regardless, you know what I'm saying?
But that's about half your offense.
It quite literally is half your offense production, yeah. It's quite literally 49.9% of your offensive production. but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's the scheme that these defense coordinators are struggling with. And I'm not trying to disrespect anything those two players did. Obviously, they did a phenomenal job, and we're like top tier offenses of this year so far because of them. But ultimately, it's the scheme that put them in those positions to do so. And that's why I like a guy like Ben Johnson.
Scheme.
The scheme. Do your job.
Yeah.
No, but, you know what I'm saying, that's what these defensive coordinators are struggling with, not the players per se. The players obviously maximize that scheme and the opportunities in it, but it's ultimately Ben Johnson, creating those opportunities for them. And I think he'll do the same for guys like Jamal Williams. I don't know that he'll maximize those opportunities like DeAndre Swift can, because obviously he's not as fast and can't cut on the turn of a dime, whatever the hell that saying is, but Drop of a dime, thank you. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, it's still the schematics, Ethan.
It's about
that get it done.
schematics.
So I'm not tripping so much.
I kind of am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I still think we'll win the game, but like that graphic is haunting. Like you said, that is 50% of your offense.
Yeah.
Out of two players,
quite literally,
that are gone. Like, look at that, 49.9%, 629 of 1,259 total yards on the season.
Yeah,
that is fear-inducing. That is like that is nightmare fuel for an offensive coordinator and a fan base. Although I think, Jamal Williams, like you said, not the same back as DeAndre Swift. Explosiveness, cutting-wise, he can still get the job done. Khalif Raymond, I think, he can be Amon-Ra light. Like, if Amon-Ra is Debo light, Khalif Raymond is Amon-Ra light. Like, it's like, Debo's like Budweiser, Amon-Ra's Bud Light, and Khalif Raymond's like non-alcoholic Bud Light. He can go out there and you can use his skill set.
It makes me more nervous. That does not help anything.
I'm just saying, you can use his skill set in the same position, in the same routes, the same plays, but you might not get the same results. But I still think he can bust one off. I still think he can go out there and you can use him like you would use an Amon-Ra St. Brown in this offense. In the scheme. Like, you can use him as that type of Amon-Ra player. So, and he, and maybe it's not like he's slow or he can't catch. Khalif Raymond's a pretty good player. So
we talked about it on the Amon-Ra St. Brown, like, in a round or Statue of Liberty play, whatever you want to call it. We got like the 50 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. Like, is Khalif Raymond not capable of doing that?
Yes.
If let's be real about it, Khalif Raymond is faster too. You know what I'm saying? Like, just situations like that. And again, Ben Johnson's like a cold dude. You know what I'm saying? He really is. I have no doubt in my mind he's had stuff in this playbook, schemed for Khalif Raymond that we may see this week. And DJ Chark, we saw, Jared Goff, it seemed like they had a great rapport in preseason. I'm hopefully that becomes to life now that, Amon-Ra's down as a target. And TJ Hockenson, too. Same stuff that we broke down last week looking at that offense where we're pounding the ball and they have to bring up a heavy box to stop it. You spread out that 5 and, TJ Hockenson becomes a weapon you utilize. And, I fully believe, and we're getting X factors after this, but I fully believe he will be that. Sam, are you tripping? That stat was kind of jarring, huh?
Yeah. It is pretty jarring, but both things can be true. Losing Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre Swift is massive. I have a crazy stat. Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of broke off in week 11 of last year, and he's played 9 games. In those 9 games, he has 74 catches for 813 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is all pro-level stats, and he did that basically starting when Ben Johnson got a higher role in the offense. And DeAndre Swift is trending, I believe, if healthy, to being one of the best running backs in the NFL. And he showed it in week 1 with that phenomenal performance. He showed it in week 2 with that 50-yard run and that touchdown catch where he caught it like lying on his stomach and then got up, shook a couple of people, scored a crucial touchdown. But that does not mean that the Lions have any legitimate excuses for losing at home to Seattle. I was encouraged by the fact that Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark are not out. They are questionable.
Yeah.
If they both play, they should still abuse those Seattle corners. You're talking about Khalif Raymond, a guy who on this loaded wide receiving core, when it's healthy, might get lost in the shuffle. But last year, he was productive. He made some plays. He's a guy that can go out there and, maybe do a 50% of what Amon-Ra St. Brown does. Quintez Cephas is a guy last year who is back, but also got lost in the shuffle, can go in, and he's shown that he can be productive. Jamal Williams was productive last week. Craig Reynolds has a 100-yard game in the NFL. Tom Kennedy will still be on the practice squad. So that all alone. So like I said, both things can be true. Those losses are crucial. That does not give them a legitimate excuse to lose this game.
Yeah, I saw someone tweet, I forget what your name was, I'm sorry, but they put the tweet out there and they said, TJ Hawkinson legacy on the line on Sunday. And it kind of is. I mean, it's, you had the excuse the first couple games of, he's not as involved as the offense as he normally is. He's kind of banged up. Well, you're going to be the number one option in this offense on Sunday. You are the best skill player that we're putting out there on Sunday. You need to go out there and produce. You need to go out there and, like I said, catch 8 balls for 85 yards and a touchdown, at least. I need that out of you. The team needs that out of you. The city needs that out of you. And you need it out of yourself, man. No, it's like you need it out of yourself, man. You got to get out of that rut, man. Atta baby. You got to shake off that dust. And I'm leaning more towards it is a legacy-defining game for TJ Hawkinson than it isn't. Obviously, he can go on and do fine things, but this is you're the man, TJ. Here's the ball, kid. Go ball. And, we need him to go out there and produce. We need him to go out there and be that top 5 tight end that we said he could possibly be.
Wow. Hey, we're going to get into that. Wow. No, we're definitely getting into this next segment because I want to know what do you guys think are the X factors in this game. Now, you mentioned TJ Hawkinson. I actually have another name, but we will get into that only after you tell us about Phillips.
Yeah, well, Michael Phillips, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, you got to hit up Mike Phillips because whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the number one option for anyone. And it's not like TJ Hawkinson being the number one option this week. And Mike Phillips is always the number one option. So if you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Mike Phillips, game on.
Mike Phillips, game on.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Join Woodward Sports at the Brass Rail this Sunday. They have live check-ins, pregame check-ins from the Cuervo Zone. Stay to watch the game, and then at the 2-minute warning, we go live for a post-game party with Stick, Hanson, myself, and possibly Sam Flannel. So make sure you come check out Woodward Sports every home game at the Brass Rail before, during, and after the game.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spitmo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Spoon, the ones and twos. I feel like such a radio guy when I do that every time. I have to cool it down a little bit. The Legend Killer, Flannel Sam. Off to a good start today, boys. I'm digging today's show, but You mentioned T.J. Hawkinson as an important piece heading into this matchup tomorrow. Don't slip up. Don't slip up. You got caught slipping last time you messed around with it.
Chicken Hawk.
Big Chicken Hawk. All right. X Factors. You said T.J. Hawkinson as the number one weapon heading into Sunday's matchup against the Seahawks. I actually semi-disagree. Only because I think DJ Chark can be that weapon for Jared Goff this Sunday. And Jared Goff himself, I think, obviously the running game too, but Jared Goff's a veteran quarterback in this league.
Yes.
These guys played playoff games. These guys literally played in the Super Bowl. He's been on successful teams. There's no excuse for him not to go up here and carve these like inexperienced young DBs. This young, actually, entire defense almost for the Seattle Seahawks right now.
Yeah, he should go out there and he should dominate. Mike Jackson or Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Whoever lines up on him. It's still weird to say that, but I expect him to ball out. DJ Chark, that is.
Wow.
I expect DJ Chark to prove why we paid the money for him we did, to prove that he is the player we brought in here. Also, don't sleep on the serpent of death. Josh Reynolds, he's got that rapport with Jared Goff. We saw what he did last game, even when Amon-Ra went out for a little bit. Josh Reynolds kind of took over. He was getting a lot of targets. He was making a lot of catches. If he wouldn't have dropped one ball, he would have had an extra 20 yards. If he wouldn't have gave up on the other one, he would have had an extra 50 yards and a touchdown. Like, the guy was in situations to make plays. So, that's why I picked him up in fantasy, because when I lost Amon-Ra, I'm going to start Josh Reynolds. But
I'm mad at it.
My other X factor for this game is the Cub himself, the number 2 overall draft pick, Aiden Hutchinson. Simba.
Good one to have.
He needs to win his matchups. He is going against rookie tackles. No matter where you line up, they're starting a rookie tackle on both sides. We talked about Geno Smith being kind of gumpy in the pocket. He's not the most athletic guy in the pocket. He tends to stumble around, doesn't have great pocket presence or awareness. Aiden Hutchinson needs to go out there and rip Geno Smith's head off. I need a first half of Washington entire game out of him. Now, I'm not saying go out there and get 6 sacks and 12 tackles. Like, that kind of effort, though. I don't expect you to get a million sacks, but I need to see you in that backfield. I need to see you winning matchups. I need to see you with at least a sack and a half. That's where I'm going to draw. You need at least a sack and a half in this game, because if he sits back there and he doesn't get pressured, they have playmakers on that offense. And Geno Smith has been looking pretty nice this year. Not anything crazy, but pretty nice. So I need Aiden Hutchinson to go out there, be the guy we drafted, be that first half of Washington player, and cause some havoc in that Seahawks backfield.
Yeah, I think Jamal Williams will get his. I don't necessarily know that it'll be the same amount of production we saw from DeAndre Swift. Obviously, you saw the stat. Him and St. Brown make up for half of what that is. But I believe he'll do enough to keep the defense true and respectable to the run game. And from that point on, though, when Seattle starts to, again, bring that heavy box and start defending the run, it's up to my veteran quarterback, Jared Goff, to then start exposing these young cornerbacks. It's not fair to, I guess, mention Aaron Rodgers, but I'll never forget every time we've had a young cornerback in the game, Aaron Rodgers went straight to him almost every single play and exposed him. We saw it last year with Ife Melifonwu.
Mm-hmm.
When Slade was coming to his own, he was picked on by Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
That's just something you see out of these veteran quarterbacks. They have, Tariq Woolson, I think his name is, or whatever the hell it is, as a cornerback, and then Kobe Bryant, both guys in their rookie years. Jared Goff, again, as that veteran presence,
Tariq Woolen.
He should be exposing those guys, going to them every single time. I think DJ Chark is a former Pro Bowl wide receiver. I know he's banged up this week, but Dan Campbell says he's good to go. I fully expect Jared Goff to, expose those guys. And T.J. Hawkinson, of course, is the X factor in this game, for sure. Again, we broke it down last week. We had 13 personnel. We're saying that the 3 tight ends and 1 running back, and you spread it out wide. T.J. Hawkinson is going to have to be utilized against this young linebacking core, too.
Shane Zylstra breakout game.
Yeah, by the way, too, hold on real quick. I'm all for bashing T.J. Hawkinson start to the season. It's been awful, but the comparisons to Shane Zylstra and Brock Wright, they've done nothing this year. They've done nothing. T.J. at least giving you something. So it's I don't see a difference between them and them. How? Yeah. How do you not see a difference there? Come on. I don't think they've even gotten a reception yet.
I don't think so either.
Y'all wilding out with that one. I'm sorry. That drives me crazy. X factors from you though, Flannel Sam.
All right, I've got a big one. I'm kind of going to where.
Oh yeah, do you? Oh,
I got.
Bragger we got here. All right.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm kind of thinking the same way that Spencer is thinking. One of my X factors is Charles Harris, because Charles Harris, he was the best Lions pass rusher last year, and he kind of under the radar made one of the biggest plays of the game for the Lions against the Commanders in that having that safety right after the Lions had made what I thought was a questionable fourth down decision, and they missed it. And Charles Harris said, enough of that, I'm going to go in. He dominated that matchup and just blew up Carson Wentz. It was beautiful to watch. And we talk about the pass rush. I obviously was as high on Aiden Hutchinson as anyone, but one of the things that I was hoping he would benefit from was playing on the opposite side of a Charles Harris. And when we get like Okwara, both Okwaras back, Julian's obviously played, but having Charles Harris on the other end, a veteran who had a career renaissance last year for the Lions after being a bit of a bust for the Dolphins. I mean, not even a bit of, a true bust. He comes in with the Lions, thrives in the Aaron Glenn system. And this year, I would say he's probably been their most consistent pass rusher. You could maybe say Julian Okwara, but Charles Harris has gotten more consistent pressure, but kind of like Aiden Hutchinson, hasn't really been super impactful outside of that first half against the Washington Commanders. I look for him, along with Aiden Hutchinson, to just harass Geno Smith all day long, take those rookie left and right tackles to school, especially Charles Harris being a veteran. And another X factor on the defense, I'm going to go with Deshaun Elliott. With Tracy Walker being out, Deshaun Elliott, I'm the captain now of the safeties.
Captain now.
Exactly. And I don't know if that's a role that he wants, but it's a role that he's going to have to play. He's going to have to learn. He's going to learn now.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
But even against Washington, I saw him make a few plays in the blitz. Like, he's been a bit of a tackling machine, and he's a guy that...
People sleeping on this year.
Yeah, is he an elite safety? Absolutely not. But is he going to have to be that veteran present safety, especially if you're starting Kirby Joseph or Ife Melifonwu on the other side of Juju Hughes? Deshaun Elliott needs to step the F up and play the game of the season for them, and that's just the facts.
And I think it's possible. Deshaun Elliott, like you said, he's been flying under the radar, playing pretty well. He cracked Justin Jefferson, and when he came up, smacked him, flexed on him. I was like, all right, let's go.
He did the same thing with the tight ends last week, too.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
I was like, that physically makes no sense. Just, like, not a big guy at all.
No, he makes plays. It's, I expect him to have a good game. I agree with you on the Charles Harris. Actually, we need both of our edge rushers, or any edge rusher, even Julian Okwara, even whoever they put out there, to be winning the matchups. You're going against rookie starting tackles on both sides. You guys need to be spanking these dudes. Like, I like taking them to school. I wouldn't mind on obvious passing downs to overload one side. Put two guys head up on one of those rookie tackles.
Bro.
And see what they do.
Wilding over there, son.
Put two guys on top of that rookie and go to town. We need this. I want them to confuse these guys. I want them to confuse these young tackles. Like, we need to get in their kitchen.
This guy coming.
So everyone's coming. We need to give them something they've never felt before. We need to put so much pressure on them that they don't know how to adapt to the situation. You need to win that matchup, bar none. Our edge rushers need to win against those rookies. What, man? I'm just talking football.
Just talking ball, bro.
Just talking ball, bro. Talking ball. Talking about dude on dude, man.
JB, who are your X factors in this matchup, man?
Oh, man. For me, it's the two guys with the initials. It's DJ and TJ. They need to have a breakout game today. I know TJ Hawkinson hasn't gotten off to a good start this season, but still, you got to show me something in this game, man. It's make or break for you today. And DJ Chark, he's got speed fast enough. He can out-muscle these two rookie corners that they have right now. So trust me, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
Justin Slank in the Woodward Sports chat. We missed it earlier, but we were speaking of TJ Hawkinson. He threw a hashtag limp hawk out in the chat. Yeah. He followed that up with, it sounds like we need to catch them from behind.
With their pants down, if you will.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Limp Hawk because
all right, hymns.com.
No, but for real though, I hear a lot of people who, are fans of TJ Hawkinson who still believe in him kind of use that, but they haven't involved him in the game plan enough. He's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. Not this week. This is the week where you might be the number one option. You got to go and step up. I'm not asking you to play as well as you did in your first game ever, which was also his best game for the record, but I'm asking for at least 5 or 6 catches, 60 or 70 yards, get a couple big 3rd and 5 conversions, maybe even be a red zone threat, catch a touchdown pass. TJ Hawkinson, you were right, Spencer. I'm calling it. It is a legacy game. You are the number one option this week. Not Amon-Ra St. Brown's out. DJ Chark and Josh Reynolds are questionable. TJ Hawkinson ain't questionable. Ball out. Put up or shut up.
Yeah.
He's banged up, though.
He's banged up. He is banged up, but I don't care. You're not banged up enough to stay off the field. If you're on the field, you need to produce. Especially like Sam said, like you are the focal point of this offense this week. Yeah. You are the best skill player we have out there this week.
Sounds like we shouldn't be going to this game with the soft talk.
No soft talk. You got to go full hawk, like fully hawked. You need to go in there, and I agree. I need to see something out of him.
Yeah. And look, again, I'm all for abusing the performance of TJ Hawkinson this year because he has been. It's uncharacteristic. I don't like it at all. But the comparisons of Brock Wright and Shane Zylstra needs to stop right now because they both have a combined 1 catch for 25 yards. All right,
By the numbers.
And TJ Hawkinson's got his 85 yards, 1 touchdown, 10 catches. Just again, he deserves the abuse. But I think he shows up this game for sure. I mean, he's gonna have to. He's gonna be utilized 100%, 10,000% if you will. But
girth.
Yeah, that girth. If we need him to get in shape, though.
Planet Fitness, man. The one, the only, the studio sponsor, as you can see. It's Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Memberships are just $10 a month, or if you're a real baller, $24.99 for the black card. Hashtag clown sauce. Members enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited tanning, hydro massage, full body enhancement, massage chairs, and access to over 2,000 locations worldwide. Join in club or online today at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back with By the Numbers.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Alta! Blue for do! Say, hi! Sorry, I just wanted to do that.
That was cringe.
No. At Alta, uptime matters, all right? Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
uptime
matters. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
And we are live on the WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you guys check it out. We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth with the ones and twos, and the Legend Killer, and the Mass Chair. Here's the difference, real quick, because I know you're Young Sus, and you know, Spinny up here sussing it up. Sussing it up all the time.
Too much.
Yeah, the only difference is like
ain't enough.
If you would have said that, it's just like.
You would have believed it?
What if he would have said, speaking of Limp Hawk?
Yeah. If Sus would have said all those exact same things, we just get the Dahmer effect from, I don't know, we're just creeped out. He would have said all that, man.
Chill with the Dahmer effect. You can't do that.
I hope. All right, we're not gonna go there.
Maybe Sus is Dahmer.
That's what I'm saying. Don't compare me to a serial killer.
Actually, real quick, chat, if you're listening, get these cameras ready, Sus. Go from you to Flannel. I want to know who looks more like a serial killer between our residential lots. Is it our guy Young Sus or Flannel Sam? It's Flannel Sam getting the sound effect from JB. Oh man! Time for one of our favorite segments, though.
Do you want me to make that a poll, though, for real?
No.
I mean, just let them comment in the chat. But our favorite segment, one of our favorite segments, we just started this last week, and it's called By the Numbers. Spitty, this is
By the Numbers.
If you guys are just joining us for the first time, this is where we go through. We give statistical facts.
By the numbers.
By the numbers that we think will, project the game and predict how the game goes.
Yeah. By the numbers.
All right, so don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. Okay?
Don't abuse it.
I can say it just as good as that guy.
Yeah,
starting with you, Spinny.
Starting with me, I'm gonna go with my first one. One of the first numbers. I tried to look up Geno Smith's, career statistics against the Lions, but he's only played one game against the Lions. So
only one.
I'm not going to use that. But on the road, in his career, Geno Smith only has a 76.7 passer rating with 19 interceptions. So he doesn't play well on the road. It was 16 touchdowns to 19 interceptions.
Hold on, bro. I'm just... By the numbers, Flannel Sam.
By the numbers.
Is a serial killer in the room for sure.
For sure, yeah. Chad's not feeling it. But my first number is 19 because that is the amount of interceptions Geno Smith has thrown on the road in his career. So he's prone to make mistakes. If we can get to him, we can capitalize on those mistakes. And that is my by the number.
Oh man, shit! There's been not one vote for Sus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spinny. Flannel Sam, would you like to redeem yourself?
Yes.
With your by the numbers.
I would like to redeem myself with by the numbers. Okay, so in the last game, Jamal Williams had the best game he has ever played as a Detroit Lion. 20 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns against a defense that is significantly better than the one we're going to see in Seattle, particularly up front. This offensive line should absolutely abuse this defensive line, and I think Jamal Williams can absolutely duplicate those numbers this week, maybe even have a higher yards per carry.
I'm with you. I think that's like one of the big things for me is the running game this week. Like, I mean, we are going to execute. I have no doubt in my mind. JB, by the numbers. What you got for us?
By the numbers, to piggyback off of Flannel Sam here. Get Williams started early. 141 yards. That is my number, and that's what Cordell Patterson had last week against the Seattle defense.
Damn.
So, yeah, I know, right?
That's a good one.
And don't get me wrong, their defensive line has struggled a lot. The highest graded defense that they have right now by PFF is by Shelby Harris. That's 60.3. And he is actually out this Sunday.
There we go.
There you go. Take advantage of that, Lions. Run the ball first.
I like that.
100%. I'm with you guys. The run game. By the numbers. 157 yards per game is what Seattle's given up in terms of rushing. That's the second worst in the league. Yes, that's correct. They're actually ranked lower than the Detroit Lions when it comes to rushing defense. So I think we might land that 20s that we were talking about the other day. So by the numbers, we need to get Jamal the ball early and often, control the clock, and out of their hands. What else you got for us, Spinny?
By the numbers, Seattle's defensive line is not much better than their offensive line. They only have 6 sacks on the season so far. So through 3 games, they only have a total of 6 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson has half of the amount of sacks that the Seahawks do on the season in one half. So Jared Goff should be able to be upright. Jared Goff should not be harassed because our offensive line will dominate this Seattle defensive line. Not only in the aptitude of running the ball, but in keeping Jared Goff upright, in keeping him clean in a nice pocket. Our offensive line should go out there and show out. Jared Goff should have no problems worried about pressure, so he should be able to look through all of his reads, make the correct throw. Keeping Jared Goff upright is an important part of this offense, and I think we'll be able to do it greatly against this Seattle defensive front.
Flannel Sam, by the numbers.
By the numbers. So I'm going to go to another position group with the Seahawks that is weak, their corners. Speaking of their corners, I'm going to go to another Detroit Lions playmaker who's going to need to step up. Josh Reynolds is also coming off his best game as a Detroit Lion, just like Jamal Williams, 6 receptions for 96 yards. And this week, if he plays, he's going to be asked to play an even more significant role. He might be the number 1 wide receiver, depending on the status of DJ Chark. I look for him to just abuse those corners. He also is a receiver who has some rapport with Jared Goff, who's been really good for him after he got acquired by the Lions. So Josh Reynolds, if he plays, look for him to show out against that terrible Seahawks corners.
JB Smooth, by the numbers.
By the numbers. I'm over here reading the comments, cracking up. But anyway, yeah, by the numbers. All right, so Seattle's linebackers, they always sit 5 to 10 yards back from that defensive line. And the corners, they always force the receivers inside because the linebackers help them out a little bit more, trying to help out Geno Smith and that Seattle defense out there. So if we can establish the run first, once again, those linebackers will start to move in a little bit, and that gives Jared Goff an opportunity to attack the middle of that field. So 5 to 10 yards, that's my number.
I'm with you. I like that one. By the numbers, the Seattle Seahawks this year, the highest point total they've had has been 23 points. That's it, 23 points. That is atrocious. That is awful. By the numbers, that's not beating, the 32, 35 points we average per game right now? By the numbers, we got to stay true to that. At least keep them true to that, weak-ass offense, they going to come in here before a field. We ain't having none of that. Spinny, by the numbers.
By the numbers. Rashad Penny only has 141 rushing yards this season.
Sheesh.
141 rushing yards through 3 games as the number 1 back. Kenneth Walker wasn't even playing in a couple of those. So, we can keep him bottled up. Our defense has struggled to stop the run, but with our superior line play, with Malcolm Rodriguez coming into his own, and with a guy like Rashad Penny, who hasn't been very dangerous this year, I think we can keep the run game bottled up and help get into those 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, rather than teams looking at 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 4s. You have them back at 3rd and 8. That makes all the difference in the world, not only for the pass rushers, but for the defense as a whole. So stopping the run is important, and by the numbers, Rashad Penny is not the best running back in the league by any means.
Yeah.
Like I said, 141 rushing yards so far in the year. Lions can go out there and stop him.
Flannel Sam.
All right.
By the numbers.
And this is a little bit of a reach, but you know what? I'm sticking to it. In week 2, the Lions also had a must-win game at home. It was against a different team coming off a loss. You got to have it against an inferior team, or at least we thought. By the numbers, in that game, Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks. And in this game against the Seattle Seahawks, he's going against rookie tackles, and he obviously needs to make an impact, and Geno Smith is kind of clumsy in the pocket, not too much of a threat with his legs, kind of like a guy we know named Carson Wentz. So look for Aiden Hutchinson to win some more of his matchups. I think, Spencer, your number was good, 1.5 sacks or more by the numbers.
JB Smooth, by the numbers.
By the numbers, 44.5. I told you all, I'm a betting man. I'm a degenerate. I'll tell you this right now. It's the over and under receiving yards for TJ Hockenson. My man is due for a breakout game. I think this is it. I'm taking the over in this one. And as I said before, if we establish that run, those linebackers will come in, leaving that middle of the field open for Jared Goff. All you got to do is watch out for Quandre Diggs.
Ooh. Wait. What's his over under on yards?
44.5.
44.5.
Oh, I'd smash that.
Hey, yo.
Sorry, I got distracted by the people behind Sam Flannel. No, I'd definitely take the over. I'd definitely take the over.
By the numbers. This is kind of one you semi-hinted to. It's Geno Smith in his career, actually. I mean, obviously 0-1 against Detroit Lions. Only played them in 2014. But ultimately, his quarterback record, and say what you will about the stat, nonetheless, he's 14-23 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's throwing 77% completion percent this year. Completion percent, like that. 77% completion percent this year but he's only got 4 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That touchdown-interception ratio, I think, is more indicative of a quarterback and their abilities than yards and percentages for me. By the numbers, Geno Smith's going to cough up that ball at least one time. Give us the ball one time. But, yeah, that was our by the numbers. Young Sus.
You got any?
By the numbers.
You know what I go to. I always go to it.
Break it down for us, Young Sus.
The number is points. Let's not overthink this.
Okay.
The team that has more points, that's who I think will win this game. So if Detroit has more points than Seattle, I like their chances. But if Seattle has more points, I feel like Detroit's going to be in trouble.
By the numbers. Sus, man, breaking it down.
By the numbers.
Oh, damn, that one irritated me. Jeez. I'm with it, guys. Yeah, I really think the run game is like most important than out of everything in this game for us.
Yeah, it's
both teams actually
on both sides, like stopping the run and getting the run going. If we can stay out of 2nd and long and 3rd and long, while holding them to 2nd and long and 3rd and long, it is a good recipe for success, and I think we do because I think in the trenches, we dominate this game. We have a much better offensive line than they do defensive line, and our defensive line has. I don't want to say we have a much better defensive line because nobody's really proved it, but I think we have the potential to have a much better defensive line than what they put out there on offense.
I want to do one last by the numbers. This is going back to last year when we faced that Seattle Seahawks team. Rashad Penny put up, I want to say, like 157 yards.
Trap, Rashad
running
Penny.
on us. You know what I'm saying? I know by the numbers he has 143 on the year, you said. Let me find. Hold on. Detroit. 170 yards Rashad Penny put up on us last year.
Woof.
Big wolf.
Do I start Rashad Penny this week?
I mean, by the numbers, we are bottom of the league. I mean, say we're the bottom half in terms of like rushing defenses. So I mean, I don't see him repeating that performance though. You know what I'm saying? I think Alex Anzalone's has looked better this year. I don't know how. I didn't expect him to look better this year, but he has.
He has.
I think he led the league in missed tackles last year by the numbers. But obviously, Malcolm Rodriguez, the #1 ranked rookie linebacker, run defense.
That's a number.
And I think he's still in the top half in terms of like all linebackers in run defense too. So, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna put up 170 on us, but
by the numbers, how many gypsies would you have to drink if the Lions lose?
By the numbers. It's a grown man drink. I could probably get to where I need to be after like 2-3 of them boys.
Okay.
If I'm chugging them down like that, man. So you guys, it's my favorite. The iced tea lemonade mix with 8% vodka. It's the real deal, guys. You check the thing out at Total Wine near you or a golf course near you. Whether you're out with the boys in the backyard arguing about some sports or on the golf course, the Mulligan by Gypsy Vodka is calling your name. Do me a favor. Check that out and drink responsibly. Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
You guys, Shea Pepper Sand got the hottest deals, the hottest balls in the darkest hands, and the cleanest salons in the D. In fact, there's 26 of them, and more on the way. Make sure you guys check them out because right now, Shea Peppers will beat any competitors by $5.
$5?
$5. By the numbers. They win it, all right? Make sure you guys check them out, man. It's Chili Peppers Tanny.
Chili Peppers 10.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s, and the legend killer, Flannel Sam. Flannel Sam. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. We are live every single day, Monday through Friday. That's not every single day, it's Monday through Friday, but we are live weekdays, 5 through 7. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Moving on. Carrying on with the show. I like the by the numbers segment.
Me too.
I like that. We'll bring it back every week. The one that scared me was the last one, though. I totally forgot Rashad Penny put up 170 on his last year.
Yeah, that's tough.
Does that concern you at all, or what?
I think we were a different team last year.
Yeah.
And he had the threat of Russell Wilson back there.
That's true.
Rather than Geno Smith. You know, it's a little different offense.
Well, Sam?
Oh, the Rashad Penny thing?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll duplicate that. I mean, he obviously hasn't had a great season so far, and Geno Smith is his quarterback. I think that's a big factor because you have to account for Russell Wilson because even in his last year, he was still great. He was great pretty much his entire tenure there. So, yeah, I think Rashad Penny, I think last year, towards the end of the year, that's kind of more of a mirage. I think he's just a mid-level running back.
Mid. I agree. Probably. Yeah, he's pretty mid.
Yeah, for sure.
That's now. No Kizzy. RP PB Rock. But speaking of last year, Jerry Jacobs was a young defender that emerged in our backfield in DBs. And he's returned next week. He's been cleared to practice next week. As you guys don't know, he was pissed when he got put on that PUP list to begin with because he felt he'd be ready to go in 2 weeks anyway. Obviously, Amani's been struggling. That's your boy. How big of an impact do you expect Jerry Jacobs to make in year 2?
Well, I think, Jerry Jacobs is a guy who only allowed a 59% completion percentage against him when he was targeted last year. This is a guy that can come off the bench or come into this defensive rotation and be a player. Seatbelt gang, we strapped in. I like Jerry Jacobs a lot, and if he can come back into this team and start, if he can push starters to be better, if he can be a guy that fills in, if he can be a guy that does something somewhere, it will be a big help to this team because he is a great player. He is a guy that can go out there and lock somebody down. He showed it. He showed it last year. So I'm excited for him to come back. I think it'll be a big help to this defense that is struggling. It'll be a big help to this team because not only is he good on the field, he's good in the locker room. He's a good guy to have around there. He is a good guy for team morale. Everybody seems to like him. He's a great story of an undrafted free agent to come in here, have the success that he did last year, and then continue to do that. So hopefully he comes in, doesn't miss a beat, continues to perform on the level that he performed. So next week when he's back, hopefully we'll see him. Obviously, it might be against Brian Hoyer and the Patriots, so I don't know how many times they're going to throw the ball. So he might not get too much action, but I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah, I think he's actually like a embodiment of like what Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes represent. Is like you come here, you earn your keep. Doesn't matter where you were picked. Doesn't matter if how much you're paid. You know what I'm saying? Whoever produces on that field and on the practice field gets the PT. You know what I'm saying? Even this week, we thought Juju Hughes was going to automatically get the start, which I still assume that's the guy filling in. But Dan Campbell spoke today that they don't even know for sure who's going to start the center position because they've left the competition kind of open all week. That's what this regime is. Jerry Jacobs living embodiment of that one. I can't wait to have him back in his locker room. Flannel Sam.
I'm starting to wonder if our corners as a whole are actually good. Coming into the season, our secondary was kind of looked at as a weakness, but our corners, if Jerry Jacobs is our third corner with the emergence of Jeff Okudah, and maybe Jerry Jacobs can maybe play in nickel packages, or if there's an injury, I think that could be huge. I think that the corners could be a strength of this team. And obviously, Jerry Jacobs was a bit of a revelation last year, particularly the fact that he was undrafted and came in and was probably the best corner on the team other than Amani-Oruwariye last year. He only averaged 59%. He yielded 59% completions. For an undrafted rookie, that is amazing. And what he could add to this defense, I mean, the good news is they don't need him to be a full-time every down corner. They need him to have spot duty, maybe play in nickel packages. If somebody goes down, Jerry Jacobs is a damn good backup. Man, I never thought I would say coming into this season that any part of their secondary was a strength, but their corners, I'm really liking what I see, particularly with the emergence of Jeff Okudah, which none of us expected to this level.
100%. And my guy, Dos Dion, even thinks that he gets to play your guy Amani. Yeah. And have Amani drop into that nickel spot. Which, I mean, as you allude to, Sam, and you both said, was it 56%? 59 completion. I mean, that's for an undrafted free agent to come in and start 9 games. I don't care what the roster looks like. If you're a starter, especially on this team, you've earned that. You know what I'm saying? You busted your ass for that. And I mean, it's promising. Yeah. I think, especially again, to Darius Slay's point when I had that conversation with him, it takes these cornerbacks for sure at least 2 years to actually know what the hell they're doing out there. Like this is also like year 2 for him as well. I'm looking at 27 out of 42 passes on him. Only 27 of those were completed. 34 tackles, and 3 of those were TFLs. At the cornerback position, I think Jerry, I think you're onto something, Flannel Sam. The secondary might be better than we expect.
Hey, I mean, Amon-Ra, he kind of better watch his back. If he has another game where he has an entire team's worth of penalties by himself, Jerry Jacobs is kind of lurking in the shadows, ready to kind of like Grim Reaper Amon-Ra starting position, which before the season, nobody thought in a million years would happen. But Jeff Okudah emerging and Jerry Jacobs coming back. Amon-Ra, he better watch himself. He's on notice.
How do you feel about that, actually? Because you want to bat hard for him this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, after what he did last year, I was very impressed. But, it's all about what you do now. It's all about how you perform now. And I think he will bounce back. I don't think he's going to have a similar game to what he had last week. I think he'll have a good week this week. So we'll see. But, I mean, I agree, man. If he's hurting the team,
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
JB, oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
JB, how you feel about Jerry Jacobs?
I mean, I'm happy for his return. As you can tell, he's already excited as
Hell
it
yeah,
is.
he is.
So I think it'll definitely benefit us. The only thing is, and I know we touched on this yesterday, I don't want to push him out there too soon to have him once again be back on an injury report list once again with all the injuries that we have piled up right now. So I don't want to force him out there too soon because I know Awarie is doing an okay job. And I put that in quotes as well, too, an okay job. But, yeah, he could be creeping up on, replacing him and taking his spot as well. But that goes the same as J-Mo, too. I don't want to push him out there too soon and have him back on the injury report.
Yeah, I think he's one of those, like, infectious energy type dudes, too. Like, obviously, he's clearly vocal about getting back on the field. Like, as soon as he got put on that PUP list, he went straight to Twitter and was pissed about that. But, like, again, we spoke about this before the emergence of Jeff Okudah. We spoke to his, like, I guess, resilience of returning to the game, staying committed to, like, mentally focused on coming back as a cornerback. In fact, he kind of spoke on, I think it was Dave Burkett. I don't know, maybe it was just an open media session, but he said a lot of people said I couldn't play corner in this league. I'd become a safety, and now I'm here like proving myself. He also mentioned some stuff about DK Metcalf we'll get to later. But Jerry Jacobs, so that same type of dude, you know what I'm saying, like hungry, driven to be successful. And obviously UDFA, you come in, you become a starter of this team. I mean, that's damn impressive. And like another thing too, I gotta say, you don't get a nickname unless you're all cold. You know what I'm saying? You don't get El Jefe for being a mid player. We've met El Jefe so far this year. Seatbelt gang, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't become a thing unless you're
strapped in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing your damn job. Like, nicknames come with performance. And he's already got the seatbelt gang. And his rookie year, him coming back now, I'm excited.
Yeah, so it will be a shot in the arm, for not only the defense, but like you said, for Amon-Ra, he is going to feel that pressure of, I got to perform, I got to clean it up, I got to go out there and be the guy I was last year.
Yeah.
Or this hungry kid is going to come in here and take my spot like he did last year.
Yeah.
Not his spot, but like he took, Will Harris's spot last year. We expect him to go out there and perform, and I expect Amani to bounce back and not have a similar game, but that will be some added pressure for sure, is, when you have a guy who's hungry under you, when you have a guy gunning for you, gunning for your spot, trying to get that job, it makes you perform better. And if it doesn't, you're gone. So I expect Amani to come back and bounce back and have a good week.
I'm salty. The chat in the Woodward Sports chat says he's strapped in all right with a safety over the top. Sam, I saw you flex the mic real quick.
I mean, one thing that JB said that I thought was really interesting is he doesn't want Jerry Jacobs to be rushed back in. But the good news is he doesn't have to start. He doesn't have to save the secondary. You have Jeff Okudah, who has merged and playing Pro Bowl level this year. You have Amon-Ra, who had a bad game with penalties in Week 3 and didn't really do a good job against A.J. Brown in Week 1. But still, he has a track record of being the best corner on the team last year. And it looked like he was trending upwards to being a Pro Bowl corner. So Jerry Jacobs, he can just kind of like ease his way in, maybe play a little nickel package, and if Amon-Ra slips, if one of them gets hurt, then Jerry Jacobs, when he is fully 100% healthy and mentally ready, that's when he steps in. And hey, by the end of the year, will we be seeing Jerry Jacobs as a starting corner? Who knows? It's possible.
Honestly, I believe so. I think he's going to come back. He's going to come to the starting role. I think he proved himself last year. Again, you don't get those nicknames being a bench warmer. You just know you got to perform to get that kind of stuff to go along with it. But Spinny, Anybody else dealing with injuries, stuff like that? What's a podcast they can look forward to?
It's SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency, because the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. And trust me, I used to work in this field. I know that this is one of the major things that causes people not to get help, is the stigma of going forward. They feel like they'll be judged for seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve. We will be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag out. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Fowling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Fowling. 2 different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play, as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they have a $2 mystery beer vending machine, or if you want to make a decision, they have multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you come check them out in the Hamtramck or visit them online at fowlingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks. We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth the 1s and 2s, and the Legend Killer. I still can't get over the amount of not a single person voted for Sus in that.
Man, that's disturbing. Do I really look that much like a serial killer or have that kind of disposition? That's not what I'm going for, but sometimes you just are what you are. It's unfortunate.
Yes. The answer is yes. Maybe it's like the 200 straight days of flannel protection. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm at 140, and just a disclaimer,
okay.
I am not a serial killer. That's what they all say.
That is what they all say.
That's what they all say.
Gotta believe them.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, Michael Myers wears the same thing every day. Just
That's
saying.
true. That is true.
Freddy Krueger wears the same sweater.
Oh, what is that? The transitive property or whatever? Like, therefore, I'm Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. Hey.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I might not even use that correctly. You in the chat can give me crap if I didn't.
Well, throw some tunes on, JB, because it is time for the pick'em. We've been doing this the past couple days, and you know the loser of this has to wear a hot dog suit on the show on Tuesday.
Ain't gonna be me.
Now it might not be the hot dog suit. It might be something else this week. We got that in the works, but we're gonna find out.
Okay.
Starting it off.
You start calling it the Young Sus suit. He be in it every week.
The football pick'em, starting it off. Vikings at Saints. Vikings going down to Louisiana to take on the Saints. Who do you got, Easy?
The Vikings. Jameis Winston. I don't believe he's playing this game. Michael Thomas is out as well.
Michael Thomas.
Give me the Vikings.
Sus.
Oh, Vikings. Vikings for sure.
Vikings. JB.
Give me the Vikings on this one. Michael Thomas is out. Andy Dalton is starting at QB. Yeah, give me the Vikings.
Flannel?
Oh, man, I'm setting myself up. I'm going to go with the Saints. I really like Chris Olave. He has emerged as maybe the best rookie wide receiver in the NFL. And that defense still got Kamara. They will be just fine. Give me Saints.
I think you just want to wear the suit.
I don't want to wear this suit.
I kind of want to go with the Saints, too.
Hey.
The Saints?
I mean, their defense is good. Andy Dalton isn't like that much of a downgrade from Jameis Winston.
Pretty good backup.
Yeah, it's not like Andy Dalton is some bum compared to Jameis Winston. But I'm going to go with the Vikings. I just think Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, they got too much for him.
Okay.
Next up, we got Jags at Eagles. Philly playing great. They're going to have to lose eventually. Jaguars coming off a big win last week.
Man.
That's your sweetheart.
That is.
Doug Peterson going back to Philly.
Yeah.
Who you got?
It's my dark horse. Doug Peterson going back to Philly. The Philly fans are ruthless. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is nice. You know what I'm saying? They got pieces everywhere. So, in that offense, no one's been able to stop yet. Give me Philly. I hate saying it. I'm probably going to take Jacksonville. I've been betting on them all year, winning money. I think it's 6.5 right now. But we can't play points in this game, so give me Philly.
Okay, Sus, Philly, Jacksonville. Who you got?
I got Philly as well. I wanted to go against the grain so bad, but with it being at home, I'm gonna take Philly.
JB,
this is too easy. Give me Philly on this one. I'm not even touching the Jags.
Flannel.
Philly. The one biggest question mark apparently hasn't been answered. It appears to have been answered to me. Jalen Hurts is a real quarterback. Give me Philly.
Yeah, I also have Philly. Like you said, Jalen Hurts has been very, very impressive this year. Their defense is real. Philly fans are ruthless. Yeah. I think they're going to go in there.
I want to preface though. Don't be surprised if the Jags pull it off.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just simply because of Doug Peterson, knowing that entire organization, that entire roster as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags pull it off.
Next, slobber knocker game. Big matchup. One of the biggest matchups of the week. A lot of points going to be scored in this one. Jets Steelers. Who do you got, Easy?
Jets Steelers. Oh, that's an ugly game. It sounds like such an ugly game. Give me Zach Wilson's coming back.
He is.
The Steelers off. Defense has been atrocious. They lost T.J. Watt. Give me the Jets.
Young Sus.
Ooh, 100% Jets. I hate that I keep aligning with the Easy, but
stop.
Listen, I'm taking you down with
because you're in the hot dogs every single week. You picking all that stuff. I'm nervous now.
JB, who do you got?
Oh, it's that Wilson to Wilson connection this weekend. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm really excited to see it.
I'm going to go with the Steelers. I think you guys are all nuts. They still got Minka Fitzpatrick, Cameron Hayward, Najee Harris, Chase Claypool, Deontay Thomas. They will be just fine. The Jets blow Steelers.
I agree with Sam Flannel. I'm going with the Steelers. I think they have too much on offense for the Jets to handle. I think Mike Tomlin coaches circles around Robert Saleh, and the Steelers pull off the victory at home, too. At home. So, yeah, I'm going with the Steelers. Next, we have, now this game, in all seriousness, is probably going to be one of the best games of the week. Titan versus Titan, offense versus defense, Chiefs, Bucks. Who do you got?
Ooh. Damn. I didn't know that game was going on. Super Bowl rematch, too.
Mm-hmm.
Give me who's at home?
At Bucks. Chiefs at Bucks.
Ooh. Damn.
But they might have to play in...
Oh, because of the hurricane?
Yeah, I think it's fine now. But
yeah, everything's good. They're playing in Tampa.
Okay.
So the option was Minnesota Stadium.
I hate betting against Brady. When this is a Super Bowl matchup, I bet against Brady and I lost. But I'm going Chiefs. The Bucs offenses look like kind of nasty this year. Like not good.
Yeah, you're going Chiefs.
Give me Chiefs.
All right. Young Sus, Chiefs, Bucs.
Don't bet against Brady, man. Don't bet against Brady. I'm going Bucks.
All right.
Had to disagree with Easy at some point.
Finally,
JB, Chiefs, Bucks. Who you got?
Don't bet against 12. Give me Tampa Bay and the Bucks on this one.
Sam Flannel.
Maybe don't bet against 2007-12. This is 2022-12. He is cooked. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, and he's coming off of kind of a bad performance, a bad team performance. Bounce back, Chiefs.
I'm going Bucks. I think, Mike Evans coming back. He's going to be angry. He's going to have a big game. I think the Bucks have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And Patrick Mahomes has not looked like the best quarterback in the league the past couple weeks. So I am going to go with Tampa Bay. I think they do what they did to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl and make him run for his life and throw him on the ground a lot.
Well, he was missing 2 tackles that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but still, they didn't get a whole lot better. So I'm going with the Bucks at home. I bet against Tom Brady the past 2 weeks. I was 1-1, so I'm gonna go with the GOAT this week. Next up, we got a battle of losers, a battle of disappointing teams. Titans Colts. Titans at Colts.
Ooh.
Who do you got?
Colts were a team that actually had expectations to make the playoffs this year. They obviously started off terribly. The Titans started off terribly too. The loss to the New York Giants everyone was scratching their head at that one. But Colts are at home. I think they got a solid defense. I don't know what the injury report looks like, but if Michael Pittman Jr. is healthy, I expect the Colts to win.
Okay. Young Sus?
Couldn't name a player on either team, but I'm picking the Colts.
All right. At least you're honest. JB, who you got? Titans, Colts.
Give me the Colts, but they honestly aren't going to win by much, so I'll take the Colts on this one.
Flannel Sam, Titans, Colts. Who do you got?
The Colts actually have a chance to salvage their season. Give me the Colts. They still have Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Darius Leonard, and by the way, Shaquille Leonard. That's right. Ryan Tannehill blows, and Derrick Henry is starting to wear down.
Yeah, they're at home. They just beat the Chiefs too. They believe in themselves again. Am I talking out of your Titans pick?
No, but I kind of want to get the Titans because I feel like Derrick Henry's got to get it right eventually. You know.
What did you? Didn't he go off last week?
Kind of, yeah. But man,
this is what you get. Picking them last minute.
Yeah, no, I mean, none of us have done any research. I write these down literally right before the show starts. I'll go Indy. I do like Sam Flannel said, Michael Pittman, Shaquille Leonard, Jonathan Taylor, Matt Ryan got some confidence back last week, and Ryan Tannehill sucks.
Yeah.
Final game.
Be an undefeated Chiefs team.
Yeah. Monday Night Football, Rams, 49ers.
Ooh.
In San Francisco. Who do you got?
The 49ers haven't looked pretty this year.
Neither have the Rams.
Neither have the Rams. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I think they have a sour taste left in their mouth from that NFC Championship game. They literally had it.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G coughed it up. Obviously, Aaron Donald stepped up big, but the Rams just seem like hella Super Bowl hungover. Like, they barely beat the Falcons the other week. Like, and the 49ers got that offense where they can keep the ball. I'm saying, take the air out of the ball, keep it on the ground. Give me the 49ers.
All right, Young Sus, who we got?
Give me the Rams, easy, all day.
It's easy.
Easy, baby.
JB? Give me Matthew Stafford, hoping to make something happen this season at least. He's got Cooper Kupp, so I can't argue with that.
Just nasty Detroit Rams.
I got to go with the Rams because they still have Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford is a hell of a lot better quarterback than that bum Jimmy Garoppolo. I can't stand him. He sucks. Rams.
I mean, I agree. He's mid. Damn, we call him a bum.
I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm with Easy on this one. I think Matthew Stafford has been looked terrible this year. I think he gets pressured by Nick Bosa a lot. I think he gets picked off twice by that San Francisco defense. I think they're going to be hungry. They're going to be angry. Kyle Shanahan is going to outcoach Sean McVay. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. And that also is the game we're doing for the point total.
Oh,
damn.
Rams, Niners, Monday Night Football in San Francisco. How many points you got?
Let me do some math real quick. All right. You answer first while I do this math.
Sus.
Oh,
so you can't prices right anybody.
Yeah.
How many points you got?
To be fair, last week I didn't prices right.
That is fair.
That is fair. I did it one time. I'm trying to do quick math in my head.
Quick math.
Okay. I'll do 34 points.
34 points.
I'll go real low.
Defensive battle.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I got 41.
41 for Easy. JB, how many points scored?
Give me 45.
45. Sam Flannel?
50.
50. 29.
Even 50. I'm going to go...
I totally screwed myself.
It could happen.
I mean,
two good defenses, two inaccurate quarterbacks. I'm going to go 40. Oh, man, shit. JB's got 45. I was going to say 44. I'm going to go 44.
Price is right in them?
No, I think it's going to be...
Man, it's not hot.
I think it's going to be 31-13. Boom, boom. Honestly. I think Matt Stafford gets kind of loose with the ball, has a couple turnovers.
Yeah.
San Francisco takes advantage.
Yeah, I know like the Rams, like I got technically a better team on paper. Stafford's look loosey-goosey. That run game, I feel like it's been kind of weak between Akers and Henderson. And just like Kyle Shanahan, up until that NFC Championship game, I feel like it was out-coaching
I'm going to go 48.
McVay in their matchups. At least that's what the, by the numbers.
40. I'm going 48. I'm changing it to 48.
48?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
27-21. I can see that.
That was our pick'em for the week. If you're listening in the Woodward Sports chat, make sure you comment down below who you think won that. Run it back, Turbo.
Run it back, Turbo.
Spinny, once you're done taking that picture, tell me where you get your haircut.
You know it's Lady Jane's.
And you know?
Because you know I get to see the smiling face of Rachel as soon as I walk in the door. But it's also
Look at her
because we
face.
broadcast live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in
Never
Birmingham.
noticed it.
It's definitely awesome when I get off the show. If I want to, clean up my dead ends, maybe take an inch or two off, I can sit down in one of those chairs. I know my girls, Alyssa or Bethany, will take care of me. So I highly recommend you get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you and let them treat you like a king as well. They are open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Before you know it, your hair will be game ready. So like I said, get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. No appointment necessary because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Oddsray.com's number one site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price in every game from multiple sports books. Guys, I tell you this every single time. Maximize your profits by shopping for the best odds at oddstrader.com. Oddstrader.com. Right now, check them out for your best bet.
Check it out.
Check it out. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined by my man, Spin Morax.
Hello.
We got young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and the legend killer, the serial killer, Flannel Sam. By the way, I noticed somebody said in the chat, I didn't catch who it was in the Woodward Sports chat, but they mentioned, obviously, Flannel Sam, you're the legend killer. You put TJ Hawkinson's legacy on the line in this game this Sunday. So you're just killing legends before they even become legends.
I mean, he's got to show out. Like I said, I know you've heard it. People being like, it's not TJ Hawkinson's fault. It's the game plan. Ben Johnson just isn't utilizing him right. Like, they're kind of going to Amon-Ra St. Brown more. But this week, there are no excuses. TJ Hawkinson needs to show out. Like I said, 5 to 6 receptions, at least 60 to 70 yards, a touchdown, a couple big first downs on 3rd and 5. At minimum, that's what he needs to do. At minimum.
Flannel Sam, if you go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you do it?
Yeah.
I'd smother the shit out of baby
Absolutely.
Hitler.
Confirm. Both white guys in a flannel would kill a baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Baby Hitler, yeah.
Confirmed serial killers.
Would you not?
Kill baby Hitler?
Yeah.
That was a question I asked you guys. All right. I ain't doing all that.
I would for sure.
All right, guys. We gave our predictions for the pick'em, but we have to give our final predictions for the Detroit Lions. All right, because it's going down this Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks versus Detroit Lions. We're at home. Flannel Sam, let me start with you.
All right, I've got the Lions winning this one, regardless of who plays and who doesn't, and I've got it 27-14. And here's the main reason why. On the defense, the injuries aren't really a problem. You still have Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris, Malcolm Rodriguez, Jeff Okudah, Amani Oruwariye. I can go on and on and on. Ali McNeil. I believe that this defense will just absolutely maul the Seahawks offensive line. I believe they will get pressure on Geno Smith. I will believe that they will make Geno Smith get rid of the ball before he wants to and kind of render Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf as ineffective, more ineffective than not. Than they wouldn't have if there was no pressure. So, and on offense, they just need to run the football. Just pound it down the Seahawks' throat. Give it to Jamal Williams right up the gut.
Give it to him and pound those guts.
Every single one. Pound those guts. Pause. And Craig Reynolds even. It's up to him. Maybe he's gonna get some carries and some yards. And of course, TJ Hawkinson, he might be the guy that takes over some of the short and intermediate routes. If Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark play, they will absolutely abuse those Seahawks corners. Give me the Lions, no excuses, 27-14.
All about pounding guts. I'm a Flannel. I got the Lions 31-24. I think the Lions go out there. They don't skip a beat offensively. They show that it's the scheme. You know, obviously it's going to hurt when 50% of your offense is not playing in this game. But like I said, I think Khalif Raymond steps in very well to fill those shoes of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Josh Reynolds has a big game. I think TJ Hawkinson steps up. And we run the ball down their throats as well. Because like Sam said, our offensive line is too good to not be able to move the rock against a subpar rushing defense. So I think we go out there and do that. I think Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris absolutely eat those rookie tackles alive. And we just dominate the game. Hopefully it's from start to finish, but I could see it being a little close in the first half while we're trying to get that offense figured out. So I think we have a big second half. We win the game 31-24.
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks starting cornerback is a 5th-round pick, Mike Jackson. I'm not obviously bashing anybody on their draft position, but at this point he's 3 years into the league. He hasn't had really anything too successful. He's never really been a starter until like this point. They got Mike Jackson. They got 2 rookies in Kobe Bryant and Tariq Woolen. What's his name?
Tariq Woolen.
Tariq Woolen. Jared Goff. If he's unable to pick them apart, you're going to see it pissed off easy. All right, you're going to see me go full postal. I don't know why that's a thing. People say that. Maybe I'll learn, and maybe it's a story I don't want to know. But I will absolutely.
No, you don't, because it is about postmen going nuts and killing people because they go crazy. Because the mail never stops. But no, it is about that.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Your dad used to be a mailman.
He was, for like 33 years.
Did he go postal?
He didn't. He was also, in the Army.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
He already got that out of his system.
Got all those urges out of his system.
No, but nonetheless, man, this is a veteran quarterback. Again, guy played in playoff games. Guy's been in the Super Bowl, and I feel he's like not quite there as like a great quarterback, but he could be good. You know what I'm saying? He could be good. And having this inexperience in the backfield, he should be able to pick them off all day, on top of the fact that, again, the scheme. Like you said, Spinny, like we've been saying all day today. I still believe this Lions offense should be able to pound that ball down their throats to set up whatever type of offense they want to go from there. And obviously at that point, when Seattle starts stacking that box, it comes Jared Goff to pick them off. And they got young DBs doing that job. And, Jared Goff should take advantage of that. What up, Sam? So you pick the mic back up.
I mean, another thing, too, is if the Lions can get pressure, I mean, the Lions' corners are, Jeff Okudah's been emerging. Maybe he can render DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett ineffective. And Amon-Ra, he's looking to step up. I don't see any single pathway to where the Lions can lose this game. And if they do, it's like roll the tanks, burn the house down, panic, season's over. So go out and win, Lions. For me,
JB,
I thought you said go.
JB, how you feeling?
Oh my god. I'm still taking the Lions.
This is how you still talking? Like for me, I thought you would keep going.
Yeah, I thought he was still keep going, but for me, I'm still taking the Lions on this one. 31-28. I think, as you guys said, we hop out to that big lead by pounding the rock.
Corvette.
Right there. And Jamal Williams to get us where we need. But that second half is what's going to scare me a little bit more. And we start to get tired on defense right there. So that's the only thing that's going to hold us up. But I think El Jefe should be able to handle DK Metcalf. I think he wants all that smoke in this game. So he's about to get it.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah.
Sauce, you got a prediction?
Ooh. I will go with the Lions winning by 14.
Okay.
I'll go pretty comfortable win.
Well, 24-10, 28-13.
I'll go 38. I'll go with 38-24.
Damn.
Wow.
High scoring game.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I'm not mad at it, though.
I'm not mad at it
That's-
either, yeah.
That sounds like
Math is hard.
No. I mean, that's like
38's
the
a
kind
lot.
of numbers both those teams are putting up, though.
Yeah.
The Lions been scoring a lot. But I just, I see you guys talking about the Lions defense. I don't know what to think of this Lions defense at this point in time. So I'm leaning on the offense heavily on this prediction. I think they'll take advantage of whatever they need to do.
I do. Yeah. As well.
I do believe.
I do declare.
We had some.
I'll say it.
What?
That is racist. What's his name? Foghorn Leghorn? That's like one of the most racist cartoons on the planet.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
The giant chicken. I'll say it.
For real?
Yeah, super racist. Like, go back and watch it. It's tough. It's tough to sit there.
JB, you aware of this?
There's a Twitter page. No, there's a Twitter page. It's like Wildest Cartoons or something like that. Like, go down that rabbit hole, and it is a lot of like very nasty, like racist, like pedophilia stuff. Like all that stuff was pumped into like those cartoons, especially early back. There's this one I'll send you in the chat, Easy. You will not believe it.
Yeah,
I did.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's some crazy theories out there, especially with the Disney Channel, all that kind of stuff.
We all know about Walt Disney, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff.
Is that still
Walt
frozen?
Disney was like, he was an anti-Semite. He was.
I think it was.
What?
Oh yeah, dude.
I knew about Goofy, but I didn't know about the other stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some
Is
jumping
his
in that
head
rabbit
still
hole.
frozen? Walt Disney?
Is that a real thing? Did he really get frozen?
Dude.
What?
Hashtag clop sauce.
What, come back with something or what? All right, guys. We'll talk about some basketball when we come back, all right? But first, oh, no. JB.
Tell us about Citron.
Now, before I tell you about Citron, oh yeah! Citron's official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings season coming up, man. You know those guys are pumped up because they might make the playoffs this year. Nonetheless, you can pre-order the Citron limited edition 6-pack sampler at citronworld.com/Red Wings. Guys, you got the cranberry, the OG, and the sugar-free in case you want to drop some LBs. Woodward Heavyweights will be right back.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
What up, though? Welcome back to the final stretch of the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rats.
What up, though?
Spin them wheels in a couple of years, as he says. We are live on WoodwardSports.com. Quit an awful joke.
I gave myself like 20 years at least.
Oh, all right.
Then I'll be in a wheelchair.
Live your life, man.
Mashed potato brains.
Playing Michael Jordan in a one-on-one.
Switch around when I shake my head.
Yo, it's us in the TV booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and the legend killer, Flannel Sam.
So
this show has got off
I gotta say
last,
something real fast.
5 minutes.
You know, thank you guys for joining us on the WoodwardSports.com chat, all that good stuff. WoodwardSports.com, come check us out. But like I said, I make all those jokes about having mashed potato brains, jello brains, because I've had like 12 concussions in my life, and I talk about me and my friends. My friends laugh at them because half of my really close friend group was there when that bad one happened and saw me convulsing against the side of the bus. And I made that same joke to my siblings. And
they're all doctors.
Yeah, two of them are doctors, and they were like, they weren't having it. I was like, yeah, well, one of you guys is going to have to be pushing me around and wiping my ass in 20 years when I'm wheelchair bound. And they all thumbs down it. They're like, you can't joke with me.
45 sitting on 20 years wheels.
45 on 22s, baby. What you mean? Yeah, but yeah, they didn't like that one.
All right, this was supposed
to said you got a CTE vibe for sure. My boy!
CTE
Did you get a lot of paint chips as a kid?
My boy. For sure. No, I mean, it's just the reality of my life. I've accepted it at this point. Hopefully I don't go the junior sale route, but
it comes like different ways. Like some people get angry, some people are they're lost. Sometimes it's all the above.
Yeah.
I like to blame my anger issues on CTE because I'm not accountable.
Avoid all accountability.
Avoid all accountability at all times. All right? I never cheated. No, I'm joking. I don't know where I was going with that.
I've never seen her before. You wake up and who are you?
We were supposed to do this segment earlier in the show.
Practicing for Emi Udoka's defense. He's about to be Ime Udoka's defense attorney.
Why you leave me on the screen when you say some wild stuff like that?
Yeah.
I wanted to do that
because we could just quote it with Chris Platt later from Woodward Twitter.
I purposely those are the only tweets or notifications that I personally like never acknowledge. I see them every time, but I'm like, at this point, I'm not even gonna favorite these. I'm just gonna act like they don't exist because they're getting kind of wild.
We gotta log him. We gotta log him out of the Twitter account. He'd be wild on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Sus. But the Detroit Pistons.
Just my thoughts.
Detroit Pistons. A lot of people talking about they can make the play-in. I personally feel like it was a little too soon, and Pistons Twitter is vicious, yo. Like they are brutal. They are swift. They are like they come for you.
Yeah.
But one of the longtime writer of Detroit Pistons was my guy, Rob Beard, and he shares the same sentiment. You thought that tweet real quick, Sus?
Yeah, I got you.
So this is from yesterday, and he's talking about the improvements in the team, and he said, other than looks like the Pacers and the Magic, after that, it's a kind of a crapshoot who you could for sure say the Pistons are better than in the East.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling about that?
No, I agree with him. We've done this before. Here, let me pull up the standings real quick, just so I don't miss anybody.
You're good. Take over, so that's why he's pulling that up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it 100%. Like, 100%. The Pistons are really, you can only really count them being better than the Magic and the Pacers. Everything else after that, can it break right where Washington can be a mess? Absolutely. Can New York be a mess? Absolutely. Can even, honestly, not this low, not below, not Pistons level, but Boston be a mess with everything going on? Absolutely. So, like, there is some room to climb, but not that much. Also, I will say actually I'm pretty confident that we're better than the Hornets too. So that would be the one that I would also throw
especially
in
no Miles Bridges.
You look at the Eastern Conference. You can say Wizards for sure, Magic for sure, Hornets more than likely, Knicks it depends because I think they'll be better than the Knicks because I think Jalen Brunson's a bum. But Celtics no, Bulls no, Cavs no, Heat no. Bucks, no. 76ers, no. Raptors, possibly. But no, I don't think so. Nets, no. And then you've got the Pacers, which is possibly, you could say they're better than the Pacers. And then you go through the rest of them. Because, like, obviously you have all of the playoff teams last year. They didn't get better than any of them. You look at teams that missed the playoffs or were just on the cut line. Like, Atlanta got a lot better. Atlanta is going to be a top 4 seed in the East this year.
Yeah.
They are going to be dangerous. I think they have arguably the best backcourt in the NBA.
We have Trae Young's number, though. Don't forget.
We have Trae, but DeJounte Murray is going to be his bodyguard this year.
That's true.
As much as a team can lock up
we saw him
Trae Young,
Banchero.
DeJounte Murray is going to lock up the opposing team's best guard. Like, those guys are going to complement each other so well. And then you look at the juggernauts, like the Celtics, obviously, the Bucks, obviously, the Heat. I think the Heat take a step back and they fall out of the top 5 this year, but I still think they're better than the Pistons.
Yeah.
So it's tough. The East is very good. The East is very good, and all the teams are pretty deep. What?
What you're just doing in the middle, like your take.
Yeah, I was just talking, man.
I know. I'm talking what else are you doing. Final Sam.
So it's obvious that the Pistons are definitely not better than any of the teams that made the playoffs last year. And then you add Cleveland, adding Donovan Mitchell. The Pistons have 0-0 chance of overtaking them. But then you look at the rest of the East. I think they're going to be better than the Knicks because Julius Randle, he's cooked. He's done. He had that one great year, and the Knicks kind of got swindled. Julius Randle is on the downswing. Jalen Brunson, he's all right. The guy, though, that I am not as high on as everyone else on the Knicks is R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett found a way somehow to have a less impactful 20 points a game than Jeremy Grant. I didn't know how it was possible, but R.J. Barrett did it. The Pacers might be the worst team in the East. The Magic, they're kind of up and coming. I like Paolo, but who I don't like is Jalen Suggs. I think a lot of rookies last year, you could see that they were good. Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, even Josh Giddey, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs struggled. I don't think he's that dude. The Wizards, it's tough. I think Bradley Beal is a little bit on the downswing. He had one of his least efficient scoring seasons last year, but they added Kristaps Porzingis. You never know with him and his health. And then, after that, and then the Hornets with we don't really know the status of Miles Bridges. I believe he was the second.
Miles Bridges.
Well, yeah.
Jail.
Don't let me out. But yeah, Miles Bridges, he's probably not going to play. So that means LaMelo Ball is not going to have his running mate. So I could see them being as high. I could talk myself into play-in game. I don't know, though. My gut says they're going to be the 11 seed.
I agree, Sam. It's going to be tough. The East is good next year. They're only going to continue to improve as these teams get better. I know like diehard or like actual like people that are tapped into the NBA, no, but casual fans are sleeping on the Hawks, man. They are going to be a good, dangerous team this year. They're going to play fast. They're going to be very good defensively. You know, they were good defensively last year except for Trae Young, and they just made up for it by getting DeJounte Murray. So I think the Hawks are going to be a dangerous team this year. They might be like a dark horse Eastern Conference champion. But
a lot of people forget, too, Trae Young's a playmaker. I think he averaged like 9 assists in his career.
Oh, yeah. Trae's a dog. And he's got, it's not just Trae and DeJounte either. They still have Clint Capella. John Collins is still a weapon. You look at the guys outside of that, they've got some good young pieces on that team. But that'll do it for us this week and today. We appreciate you guys for tapping in, as always, on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you check us out. That's where we are Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, WoodwardSports.com. Tell your friends, tell your family, make a fake account for your grandma. Make sure she's watching. For the man to my left, the one, the only Speak Easy, for Young Sus, a.k.a. Chris Platty, in the TD booth, JB Smooth holding it down on the ones and twos, and our boy Sam Flannel in the Maz chair. I am Spencer Raster. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.
The Heavyweights are on.